welcome back to my channel. This is my texturing video. I know it's long awaited, but that's okay. It's better late than never. My background may be loud. That's just a disclaimer, but I'm here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is import my low poly model. um, Doing this because I can't upload the high poly model into Second Life, so it's better to bake the details from the high poly into the low poly. And this is how I would do it. My son is in the back singing. Yeah. So, anyways, um, these are the settings that I personally use. I know a few creators may do this differently, but this is how I've learned how to do it and how I know to do it. So yeah. Um, so yeah, I leave those settings exactly the same way. Sometimes when you're baking, depending on the details in your mesh, you might get red on the model over here. So what you want to do is play with the scales. So you don't want to see any red on this model, because if you do, it'll be distorted in the viewport when you're doing your texturing. So you want to make sure that there's no red on the surface of your mesh. The inside is fine, but the outside, the surface, you do not want to see any red. So then you'll bake. If you're working with multiple pieces in one, so like if you have a top and a bottom and you're meshing them together, you would click here and you would hit selected texture after you've selected the one on the far left side. So now we're baked. After we're baked, um, the first thing you want to do is check your mesh to make sure nothing is distorted. That's what I was talking about just now. So nothing is distorted. Everything looks the way I need it to look. Again, this is my low poly model. Sorry, tweet. Then I'm going to choose my environment. There are a few that I gravitate towards. I've gotten some of them from other creators, some of them from classes, and then some of them just come with Substance Painter. Um, and the one that I prefer to use is actually built in. It comes with Substance Painter, so you don't have to go looking for it. So typically, this is the one that I use. Typically, this is the one I use. The other one sometimes is too dark, depending on the piece. So yeah, so I'm gonna add a fill layer. I'm going to the properties, and I am unchecking the following material. Just follow along. I keep the height, I keep the normal, I keep AO. So height, normal, and AO, I keep. Um, then I'm coming down and I'm going to add the AO map where it says AO. I'm going to add my normal map for whatever garment I'm working on where it says normal. So you can see as I'm adding these maps, you're seeing how the detailing is changing on the texture. And then where it says height, I'm going to use my world specular map. Um, this one's optional depending on how much intensity you want on your detail. So for this one, I like it, but I think I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because it's intense and I like it, but it's too intense. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go to back to the layers tab, and then I'm gonna change it to my height. I'm looking at the wrong thing, but where it says base color on the left is where I'm gonna go to change it. So it's right here, base color. I'm gonna go to height, and I can lower the intensity just as I would if I wanted to lower the opacity of a color. Okay, just make sure you change it back to base color before you do anything. So yeah. Okay, so now that the detailing on my garment is the way I want it to look, I'm now going to pick a texture or a material. Um, so most of these materials I got from Substance Source, which comes when you have a Substance Painter subscription. So I use mainly the ones that I get from there, or if I get them from another creator. So this is the one that I kind of want to use, try it out a little bit. I haven't used this one before, so I'm just kind of playing around with it to see if I like it. Um, and it kind of gives me like a fuzzy texture, like, like a cozy set, which is kind of what I was going for with this outfit. So yeah, so I'm gonna use this one. I like it right here at this scale, and I think it's cool. So this is the one that I'm gonna go with. So now playing with the scale a little bit, but I think I like it this way. It's giving me like holiday skims kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna use this one. So now that I have the material that I want to do some colors. So I'm adding another fill layer, and I'm coming back into the properties tab, and I'm unchecking everything except color. Okay, and this is how I am going to pick my colors. Um, when I do my colors, I also make a folder um, so that I can have all my colors in one place. And then as I'm saving, I just uncheck and save, uncheck and save. So this is what works for me. This is what I enjoy doing. Um, of course, as you learn and get more comfortable, you may find a process that works better for you. So, yeah. So Substance Painter also has this really cool eye dropper tool um, where you can pull color from any window on your computer. Um, sometimes, like with Photoshop, it doesn't have this tool. You can't pull it from just anywhere. It has to be within that window. But with Substance Painter, you can pull it from literally anywhere. Like if you look, I'm pulling it from my taskbar. I'm pulling it from another window. So like this is great for if you use those online color palette things that you Google. Um, this tool is perfect for that. So I'm gonna show you guys how to create a group, and yeah, just try to keep yourself organized so you know exactly where you are, what you're doing, because it's very easy to lose yourself sometimes when you're texturing in Substance Painter because they have so many tools and so many features. So just try not to get lost. So here I just duplicated um, the layer, the color layer, and I'm picking another color. And that's kind of how my process works. To duplicate the layer, color pick another color. I didn't really like this pink. I don't know if it's because it was too bright, but yeah, I ended up picking something else. Yeah. And in case you can't tell, purple is my favorite color. So after I do that, I'm going to group my colors. And in order to do that, I don't know what I'm doing right here. Again, I suck at voiceovers. And that's the honest reason why I haven't released this video earlier. Because I suck at voiceovers and I hate them. But hey, so I just made the group and now I want to put something on the back. Like I wanted to say something. So I am going to show you how to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a fill layer. And then to that fill layer, I'm going to right click and I'm going to add a black mask. Okay. Then I'm going to come down to my alphas and some of them I made. Some of them come with substance. You can buy them, you can download them, but this is one of the ones that I made. Um, so with this, it says you pay bills because that's what I want to know. Like, do you pay bills? Anywho, so you can do this in either the 3D window or the 2D window. Um, and you can place it wherever you want to. Placement is based on your preference. I don't really care for it right here. But I think I'm gonna leave it. think I'm gonna leave it. So I uncheck everything besides height and color. Color because this is going to help me decide um which color I'm using for it. So I'm coming over and picking one of my cute little colors in my logo. And then height because I might want it to pop out. Give the illusion that it's popping out or imprinted. So we're going with popped out, and that's what that looks like. Um, I kind of just play around, but I didn't do shit. Um, yeah. So now that I'm satisfied with what my pants look like, I'm going to export. So in order to export, you can hit Control Shift E to export, or you can go over to the side where it says File and then go down to Export Texture. Okay. When you're exporting from Substance, you want to make sure that you have um, three or four things, um, four textures being exported. So I created my own preset. I export the normal map, the 2D view. I do the specular map, and I do the ambient occlusion. I do the AO because sometimes I do full perm things for Marketplace for my kit store, and that's just something that I include in a packet. But it's always good to make sure that you have your AO map exported as well. Okay. So um, I think I'll do another video on how to save it, how to create a preset, but yeah, just make sure you have those four things or three things. So like your normal map, specular map, and your 2D um, map, 2D texture. Okay? So when you before you hit export, you want to make sure that you change what folder your textures are being saved to for the sake of being organized. You don't want to spend 30 minutes looking for your textures. So just make sure that you are trying to keep your things organized, create folders and stuff like that. So yeah. So again, these are what the textures look like. This is the first one was the um 2D texture. Second one was the specular. Third was the AO, and then this is the normal. So now I'm in Second Life, and I uploaded the mesh. It's not rigged, and I did not solidify, so that's why you can see clearly through the back. But that's okay because this is for demonstration purposes. Okay, so I uploaded those three. This is the texture. This is what it looks like. It's given. It eats. Period. Um, the next thing I want to do is I want to put in my normal map because I want to see what it looks like with the normal map. So I'm gonna hit OK, and then I click on bumpiness, and then I hit my normal map. Normal map goes under bumpiness. 2D texture goes under texture. So as you can see it looks like it's popping out a little bit more. Um, and then your specular map goes under, I think it's called glossy or gloss or whatever it's called. But your specular map will go there. I know sometimes you see people walking around and they have outfits on that are like look like they bathed it in Vaseline, petroleum jelly. Yeah, that is why, because their specular map or their specular level is too high. So yeah, there it is. And yeah, so the glossiness is too high. But now I'm just going to put my viewer in ultra just so you can see what it'll look like in different wind lights in ultra with the shadows and all that good stuff. So changing the wind lights and yeah. So you see it kind of looks glossy in this one. I don't really too care for that, but this is demonstration purposes again. So you see him taking that off, changing it to none, and it helped a little, but I may have to just play around with the numbers because it looks a little too glossy. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be in another 2 to 3 months. Bye.